Here's how Canada is making sure Russia regrets every step it takes in Ukraine. Since February 2022, Canada has gone all in. Over 4.5 billion Canadian dollars in military aid alone, that's roughly 3.1 billion US dollars. That money has fueled a steady stream of weapons, ammunition, and cutting-edge military tech straight into Ukrainian hands. And it's not just a one-time deal. This funding is locked in until 2029, ensuring Ukraine has the firepower to keep fighting. But Canada isn't just writing checks. The Royal Canadian Air Force has also transported an incredible £19 million of military aid, both from Canada and its allies, straight to Ukraine's front lines since March 2022. Simply put, Canada is making sure every piece of support reaches those who need it most. This level of commitment shouldn't be surprising, since Canada's support for Ukraine didn't start in 2022. Canada and Ukraine share deep ties, both historically and politically. Long before the full-scale invasion, Canada was already deeply involved. Since 2014, it has poured over $80.1 billion into stabilizing Ukraine through the Peace and Stabilization Operations Program. That money has gone toward removing deadly landmines, strengthening Ukraine's defense institutions, and countering Russian propaganda. And it's not just military aid. Canada has helped reform Ukraine's police force too. Through the International Police Peacekeeping Program, Canadian officers have worked alongside Ukrainian police since 2015, training them in community policing, investigating gender-based violence, and improving accountability. Even after the war started, they continued training missions inside Ukraine, teaching crucial skills like tactical first aid and use of force procedures. And the Ukrainian police weren't the only ones getting trained. Through Operation Unifier, Canadian troops have trained over 41,000 Ukrainian soldiers since 2015. That training includes everything from battlefield tactics to bomb disposal, real life-saving skills. And Canada isn't pulling out anytime soon. This mission has been extended until at least 2026, keeping more than 300 Canadian Armed Forces members on the ground, sharpening Ukraine's forces for the long haul. As you can see, Canada has stood by Ukraine's sovereignty for years, helping it build the strength to resist Russian aggression. So when the missiles started flying, there was never a question of whether Canada would step up. It did, in ways Russia never saw coming. Still, the second half of 2024 changed everything. If Canada's support was strong before, it became downright relentless. It started gradually, with Canadian-made Armored Combat Support Vehicles (ACSVs). In June 2024, the first 4 of 50 brand-new ACSVs rolled out of London, Ontario, en route to Europe. Canada had already donated 39 of these before, but this was just the beginning of a much bigger push. These new 50 vehicles, part of a massive $453 million investment announced by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, would all be in Ukrainian hands soon, providing troops with mobility, protection, and life-saving evacuation capabilities. These state-of-the-art vehicles are built tough. They transport soldiers safely across dangerous terrain, serving as mobile command centers and even function as armored ambulances. The fully equipped ambulance variants are designed to evacuate and treat wounded troops straight from the battlefield. By the fall of 2024, Ukraine's forces had 10 of these in action, and the impact? Immediate. These ACSVs weren't just protecting troops, they were outright saving them under relentless Russian shelling. The ambulance models meant wounded soldiers no longer had to rely on makeshift evacuations under fire, and Canada was proud to protect Ukraine's brave military personnel, as Canada's Defense Minister Bill Blair called them. The ACSVs showed that Canada's support wasn't just about firepower, it was about giving Ukraine the tools to endure, outmaneuver, and outlast Russia's invasion.